All right. It's Monday. If you didn't know. we're gonna repair some more figures today, man. We got more on the table, some of the same on the table, some of the things that I didn't actually work on off stream that I said I was gonna work on off stream. Sorry for lying. Safety first. Let's get these gloves on. Hopefully everybody's doing all right. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into this stuff because we got to get going. I got more stuff coming in as well. I've got something that's supposed to be arriving today. I gotta keep on checking my little USPS app, my United States Postal Service app, waiting for that package to come in. All right. So what I said I was going to do off stream that I didn't do off stream was remove the legs here, the pieces from this figure. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our you know what? I need my tiny screwdriver, which is right over here. Oop. I'm gonna slap the camera real quick. That's what we do. All right. Kind of ironic that I have trouble getting this thing out, and I have to use a screwdriver in order to get it out, but that's okay. Which one were we using? I feel like it was this fella right here. We'll see. Let's see what we got here. So what I want to do is we're gonna take these off from the side. I think this is probably the safest spot. I guess it's really not gonna matter here. Yeah, this is the right size. Perfect. Perfect. So let's set this off to the side here. And let's get these out, these screws out of here. We'll put our little magnet over here, little magnet tray. It's always nice. Make sure nothing gets lost. I don't know if this is actually gonna. Can this come out right here? It looks like the. Oh, maybe it did. It looked like the leg was gonna block it, but looks like we got it out of there. Cool. And let's go ahead and do the same with this one. Like I said, I can't twist it. You can't twist the leg because we got rectangular pegs in there. I feel like that's really hard on the plastic trying to do that. I feel like it stressed it a little bit, but it's okay. So we're going to go ahead and remove these pieces here now, since we've got those out. I think I could just bend them, and we could probably see what's the easiest way. We could probably go in through the back of the leg. You'd think these things would just kind of come off here. Ooh, some pin back. Let's go. Might have to use a razor blade to get in here and just kind of. I wouldn't be surprised if these legs are kind of locked in here due to some wash. Come on. I can't seem to find the seam. I can't seem to find the seam. I don't want to I don't want to bend it the wrong way and something snap on here. I'm being very careful because this is very weak plastic. We know this from multiple run-throughs. Come on, you. It's making me so nervous doing that. I don't know why this won't like just unhinge, but here we are. It's gonna make me unhinge, I'll tell you that much. No, it's not. Tell you what we're gonna do. I don't wanna I don't wanna risk anything. We're gonna heat it up. What's up, Chrisman? How you doing today, dude? Oh, let me know. Is the music too loud? Or is it good? I've changed up my settings. Had to change up some stuff today, so you could let me know if that sounds good or if it's too loud. Got the SHF Corn Sweat Soups and Nendo Meta Knight. Hey, dude, nice. I've got the Meta Knight. It's a cool figure. I love the Kirby stuff, man. The Kirby Nendo, like, they were meant for the Nendo stuff. I swear. They're so good. I love that they use, like, the magnets and whatnot. It's very clever. Yep. That's funny. just said it. Right as you were typing it in. Yeah, I have a Kirby. I would love a King DDD. That'd be sick. I don't know if that's already been announced or released or whatever, or if that was ever a thing, but man, that would be... King DDD would be tops. King DDD. Alright, let's see if we can get this out of here now. There we go. So we had to actually heat that up a little bit to get these pieces out of here. And we're going to do the exact same with this one because I'm not futzing about here. Try to keep this away from the microphone so you're not hearing just this crazy heat gun blowing around. Let's get this all heated up here. Alright. Seen all the crazy figure reveals. No, not even close. I did see Gosling. I saw Gosling as Ghost Rider. That's cool. He's a good actor. Are you happy with that? I think you're probably like the biggest Ghost Rider fan I know. Since it's all capitals there, all caps, I'm assuming you're okay with it. I hope so. I think he's great. He wants to play the character too, so I do like that. I like how they revealed it too. It was fun. So good morning from YouTube. What's up, 112 Miguel? Miguel, how you doing today, man? Gauze Rider. Yeah, let's go with the Gauze Rider. I'm down. I'm okay with it. I think he's a good pick. I think I mean, there's a ton of people that could play that stuff, so every now and then you get one that's like completely perfect for it, and maybe he's the one. We'll see. All right, I'm going to slap the old goggles on. So, well, afternoon. Yeah. It's 11:30 over here in Texas, so. I'm going to heat these up, pop these pieces out. These are kind of a pain in the butt to do, so. See if we can't knock this out. I was just yapping about how cool you are to my coworker who paints figures, and look who is live. What, your coworker paints figures? What? That's cool. I'm going to try to break these free while we're here. I can actually see the little pieces in there. That's crazy. Trying to be as careful as I can here to try to break these free. I don't want to damage anything or rip the plastic. So probably gonna have to go back, heat this up again to get this out. There's really no easy way I've found to get these guys out of here. That right there is making me nervous. I don't want to make it go flying. He's one of the only friends I've ever made at work. It's dangerous making friends at work. You know, you never know what could happen. I think it's good to have one. It's safe to have one. Start getting past one, who knows what's going to happen at that point, you know? Hearing that Gray Man is a movie to watch to see some shades of Ghost Rider from Ryan Gosling. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. That's a cool swap. That's awesome. I think that should be everybody. Everybody should have to do that. Look, all right, we got to swap boss places right now. Sorry. We got to do that. Ah, come on. Let's see if we can... If I can grab... I'm going to see if I can't get a hold of this from the... inside here without snapping this stupid thing. I'm seeing if I can't pull this straight up. Oh, I need a little tool. I need basically a little tool that goes that like kind of goes in and curves. Oh yeah, guys, let me know. Is the music too loud? Oh my gosh. Little, what are you doing? I just saw you this morning. It's very quiet. Is it too quiet? It's really loud on my end, so let's see. You can let me know if that's too loud or it's working for you. Oh, cool. I can take the feet off. That's good. Good. Oh, perfect. Good. All right, I don't have to worry about breaking those. Oh, cool. See, these have little slots in the pegs. It's awesome. Go on now with yourself. I know. It's like you knew. You knew. You showed up. You guys showed up within like a minute of each other. I know what's going on here. It's like since Christine's got a job and got employed, it's like viewership has dropped dramatically. It's like we used to get wife material. Now what? He's fixing dolls. Great. Like this isn't what I signed up for at all. Man, I cannot. I wish I could get this piece out so a little easier. Man, I gotta do this 3 more times. Trying so carefully not to rip this plastic. Still a hero, Crick. Oh my goodness. Thank you, chat. Oh my god. Thank you for the kidday biddays. Appreciate it. Always appreciated. Always appreciated. Come on. There she is. There's the sugar. There's the sugar. Right behind the honey. There it is. That probably sounds really creepy coming from me. It's from a movie called You, Me, and Dupree, and it was so damn funny. It's so funny. It was in that golden Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson era. You, Me, and Dupree. But it was Owen Wilson and Matt Dillon in that movie. For those of you who give a shit. Oh my god, cat. Bye, little. If you can't hear me, bye. If you can't hear me, you need to show Cat your Monstera at some point. Oh my god. Things gotten out of control. It is a Monstera for sure. It's a monster era. Alright, let's go. Let's try to break this free. I want to break free. Can literally feel like some of the adhesive and the wash coming free here. Oh, look at that. Is that one? Did we get it in one? Did we get it in one? Did we get it in one? Oh, oh. I think we got it in one. It's the back. The back's the only thing that's hanging on right now. Oh, wow. That adhesive is really on there. Here we go. Come on, you. Ha! Oh! Watch it. Oh! Oh! Oh, that was awesome. Okay, cool. We're getting closer then. That, oh man, that made me happy. I was worried these were going to be all like this one. This one was a pain in the ass. I wonder what the difference is. The world may never know. Oh, what the fuck? No wonder. How weird. Look at that. They put the pegs in. What the fuck? Why? Why would they put two different ones? So, oh my goodness. Okay, so the right leg, all they did was take it and flip it. They flipped the joint in. But that doesn't make sense to me. What? No. No. All right, let's see. Let's figure this out. What the hell? Why did they do that? I want to see if they're like different heights, like, or lengths. Excuse me. Different heights. I'm gonna heat this guy up here. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, I love Granddaddy so much. I got no reason to be weathered and withering. Now it's on. Let's go. Here we go. Bust the lock off the front door. Yeah. Once it's oh my god, that one came out so easy. Yes. Oh, it's making me happy when they do that. Yeah. This is for the, let's see, right leg. So let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and connect that again. Now it's on. Actually, we can do this. We can go ahead. We can actually go ahead, put the screw in just so we don't lose it. So it stays together. Yee-hoo! There it is. All right. So this is right leg. Let's keep that. Let's keep these away from each other. I don't want to mix up any pieces here. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead. We're going to heat up the left leg. And hopefully this one comes out as easy as the right leg. What makes me nervous is now it's flipped around. I wonder if this is... Can't tell if this is going to be the same side as the other, or... I just got to remember that this is how they went in. It's super strange. Makes me want to swap them around, but I want to go messing with stuff. I want to go messing with the factory stuff, even though that's what I do all day, every day. Alright, let's bring this in. See if we can't break some of that free. From that one side here. And then we're going to go in from this side. Careful. And then we'll go in from the front. Oh man, I was really hoping this one was going to come out as easy as the other guy did. It feels like it's wanting to. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. I'm going from the side. I feel like it'd be harder to rip it from the side just in case. Gotta heat it up one more time. We don't want to force anything here because this figure is very expensive. Let's go ahead and heat that up. Let's see if we can't. Let's see if we can't get this final piece loose. And I bet you the only thing that's hanging on right now is right in the bottom. Right in the bottom where the same guy went in. So I can tell we're at the end here. Let's see if we can go down a little further. I'm trying to see if I can't get it to the side just so it can kind of break some of that bottom. It's got to be some kind of adhesive in there. All right, careful, don't want to rip it. Sometimes you got to go a little lower, a little deeper in with the heat to make sure you get everything heated up evenly and properly. Let's see if we can't go in with these needle nose here. These don't really have any texture, like grip to them. So there we go. Awesome. I'm not worried about warping the plastic or anything. I know, this poor little sister, dude. It's crazy. It's crazy. So awesome. But she's gonna be able to move better. You know what I mean? Yeah, I kind of. Hey, what's up, Kairos? Kairos, excuse me. Kairos, welcome to Texas, Kairos. Kairos, I'm so sorry. It's not really that I found more that was wrong with it, Corey. I found ways to, we could improve upon it. Just add a little articulation. She is going through it, but when it's over, which we're almost done with this whole thing, it's just been it really turned into a real job. So let's see what we got here. I might actually have to, let's see, I put the screws in on this one, but what we're going to do is we're going to do each one of these individually, and if we take these apart like so, now we can sand it like a little more evenly and easier. Like, we're not going to damage anything now, so if we have to get a little lower here, we're not going to cut into the actual joint piece. And what we're going to use for that is our handy dandy sanding bit. So we're going to use this. About to turn on the Dremel here. So if you are prone to passing out or freaking out, or just don't like the sound of drills, you might want to turn down your audio, or you might want to mute it. But don't turn away. We don't want that. Actually, you know what I can do? I think I can mute this and you can listen to music on low. I'll just keep this on. I'm gonna forget. I know I'm gonna forget. What I'm doing here. Let's see, Bill. Do you think Sid from Toy Story could have been like you if not the mental trauma of seeing toys come to life? Well, so I was never like crazy with my figures like that. I think Sid just I think he just got dealt a raw deal. I did have a debate the other day with a friend of mine though. We were having a conversation, like a playground conversation. Who would win in a fight, right? And it was like Sid versus Chucky. And I was thinking, I was like, I don't think there's any way in hell that Chucky would stand a chance against Sid. I just don't think so. Miguel, maybe I am Sid all grown up. You know? You know that sometimes they embellish things in the movies, and they gotta change the name. You know, they gotta change the name of the person to protect the innocent and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So maybe I don't know. I don't think you've ever seen both of us in the same room at the same time. So actually, I want. You know what's funny? I wonder how old. How old was Sid? How old was Sid in Toy Story? Let's see. He was 11 years old. Now the big question is, what year did Toy Story come out, right? Let's see. 1995. Holy shit. Well, I mean, it might be just a coincidence that we were the same age. Oh my god, that's insane. Wow, I didn't know that. I'm looking around. I've got a actually I haven't I actually bought a figure of Sid because it's Sid. And I do have an affinity for that character. I think it's kind of funny though cuz he's like, like the like you were mentioning, he kind of is the anti me. Like while he was destroying figures, I was taking figures apart when I was a kid, but I also, as my grandfather would say, um he'd said, he's like, you would take things apart all the time. He's like, but the crazy thing was that you'd put them back together. It's really fun to take things apart, right? To disassemble and see how things work and whatnot. Um, but I think it's more satisfying to put things back together. I don't know. All right. So I kind of sanded down this guy right here, mainly around the closer to the actual hinge, because I want to actually connect this back, and then it'll give me more to hold on to. Whoa, Chris Bunn! Thanks, dude. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Get subbed, bitch. Get subbed, bitch. Thanks, dude. I appreciate you, man. Much love. Thank you very much. Very, very, very appreciative. And it's fun to figure out how to fix broken things as well. Yeah, yeah. Absolutely. That's how I actually learned to do all this whenever I was a kid. I had a if you guys aren't familiar, I'm sure most of you who are watching me are, but well, this is my favorite GI Joe. This is Topside. That's my favorite Joe. Really hope Classified makes one, but we'll see. Anyway, when I was a kid, this guy broke on me, and I found out like, hey, there was a screw in the back of this, right? And you find out if you take them apart, there's a rubber band in here called an O-ring, and it keeps them together. And there's a little hook right now that keeps the whole body together. And then, well, I you know, I took that out and I was like, oh my God. And I had another figure that I didn't like as much. And, you know, they were in great shape. So I took that one apart and I was like, oh my God, you can just swap out the rubber band in here, this O-ring thing. And then I found out, oh my God, they're all like, essentially, most of these are the same molds. So you can now make your own figures. I ended up making so many. In fact, I still have one. This is an actual custom I made. Custom, right? I just pieced together, and you could tell this guy's been through it. So this is actually I think it was called like maybe Sonic Fighters. I think it was a Sonic Fighters dial tone, which I love dial tone, man. It's dial tone, and then you've got like the '90s Snake Eyes top. So it's just the Snake Eyes top through here in the arms, and then the lower and upper. And the reason I actually did this was because this dial tone, he had this big backpack on him, right? And so the actual back to this figure was flat. So it was flat, and I was like, well, I mean, it was like super flat, and I hated that. And so I really liked this Snake Eyes, and I don't know if I got another one of these Snake Eyes, because I never saw the Snake Eyes actually in store, which is crazy. I don't think I did. I can't remember. It's been so long ago. But either way, and I really, really want to get, because I have both of these figures now of the classified. They didn't do a Sonic Fighters colorway for dial tone, but they did do dial tone, and it's the same, essentially just different colors. And this Snake Eyes, I really want to make this custom in 6-inch form, but I'd have to buy either two more of the ones I already have, or take apart the ones I have. And I don't want to take the ones apart that I have and paint them and stuff like that, because I actually like the way they are as is. So maybe one day I can make that happen. I'd love to do that, just to have that on my shelf, because he was one of my favorite characters. And it was a made-up character. Well, I guess it wasn't. It was just dial tone in a different shirt. But it was really special to me. And pretty cool. Anyway, that's a little bit of that. I remember I made so many Resident Evil characters. It was crazy. I made so many Resident Evil characters. It was insane. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and shave this down here. And I'm kind of just coming in at an angle on these corners, right? Because we want to make these rounded. And I'm really focusing in on the more the inner side here, basically the area that's closer to the hinge, because I want to. Gosh, I cannot get a good hold on this thing. Hang on. Let me see if I can get see if we can do this. Since like I said, since these don't have any of the little teeth on them, I'm gonna be careful either way. See if we can just kind of. There we go. That keeps it away from our hands, especially our gloves here. We don't want to get our gloves all ripped up. And now we can. I don't have as much control as I'd like, but I do have more area to work with now. And that kind of balances itself out. So we're going to keep these. Let's see what we got going on here. I always like to kind of check around the from different angles as well. See where we're at. See if we're missing anything. This is going to lead to. This leads to a lot more work as well, because right now we're essentially taking away a lot of the mass that was actually keeping these things in, the shape and all of this. So we're going to have to round this out pretty good. But the cool thing is we're going to use UV resin for doing that. And what it does is that UV resin actually starts building up a little more of the shape and the mass on it. and rounds it out for us, which is amazing. Stuff is just phenomenal. SDCC, Bill, you got any top tier got to have figures from SDCC? What I would, man, what I would want, what I want the most is the Ghostbusters 4-pack, dude. Really wish I could get that. It's up for, I think I can actually, it's up for another day on Mondo's site, but I just don't have that kind of capital on me, so, which really sucks because I've got so much around me that I could sell to pay for that. I know I could. I just haven't been able to kind of focus on that. Like, buying figures is definitely the lowest priority. It would be cool. And I really would like. I'd love the Jada. What is it? The Jada Street Fighter. You lose like head packs or head pack. That was cool. That was really cool. That's how I think that's how exclusive should be. Freaking cool. All right, we're gonna go ahead and now that we've connected this back, we're gonna sand this down. What about you, Miguel? What was your favorite stuff you saw? I'll round this out here. I'm trying to leave as much as I possibly can on here. It's just really hard, like I said, because we're going from two completely different shapes. We're going from this square, kind of rectangular, to a circle, round, and it's definitely different. I do like to round the edges off, though, really well. That way, whenever it does come down to having to put this guy back in, if we have to add like the kind of a bigger end on it, like the peg head, it just kind of allows it to kind of go up and then kind of in at the very end of it, which allows us to shape it the way we want. Oh, let's go back. Let's go and work on the other side real quick. I'm really happy with the speed and how much it's taken away right now, so. I'm going to go ahead and do this leg, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the other hinges as well. That way, when it comes down to it, we're going to go basically working inside of the socket. Let's round this guy out here. Like I said, round out the edge here. Oh yeah, one last thing that I wanted to check out. I'm glad I haven't worked on the other one yet, just in case. Is were these pieces any longer or shorter than each other? It feels like this one's actually longer. It is. I think barely, but this one is longer, which is really weird because on this one here, you see that this one was longer here that went into the actual bottom, the calf, and I wonder if this was like swapped around or different. Like they changed it up. It was super strange. Like they had it like this on the other one. I don't know why they did that, but they did. But either way, we'll be able to make whatever size fit. It doesn't matter. So, what's up, Vista? Gonna do a little lurk. Having yourself a little lurk. Have yourself a nice little lurk. Just look how he's dressed. Here we go. Let's go ahead and shave this down a little bit.
I didn't do this last time. I didn't do this with the other one. I just like kind of had the razor blade nearby, and I was like, I wonder if I could just cut some of this excess off. This is the one I had. I think it's the one I had trouble with getting this one out, and so there's like just a bit of junk kind of around here. Okay, give me a second. I'll be right back, guys. Hang tight. All right. You say you said nothing stuck out to me. Jada, a lot of hobby guys are upset with Jada on those heads. It was a huge community thing. What oh, I'm missing out. What do you mean? I didn't catch all that. I don't get involved in any of that stuff or drama or anything like that. So I don't know. Yeah, dude. Ooh, here we go. Yeah, dude, that Meta Knight is so good. Big, 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 big fan. Him, Kirby, and oh, what's his name? Waddle Dee. The Waddle Dee's awesome too. Waddle Dee's awesome, man. He's got a little do rag and he's a little tough boy. All right, we're gonna go ahead and work on the other legs now. Actually, didn't take this one apart. And I think if I'm careful enough, I won't have to worry about that. And you know what? I just don't trust myself. It'd be a lot easier. Be a lot easier just to do this the way we did the first one. So let's go ahead and do that. Put our screw in our little magnet spot there. All right. Let's get back to it. We'll sand down what we can. Once again, if you missed it the first, what was it? Freaking How many times have we done this now? Already 6 times. This is our 7th joint to do this to. Gonna round this guy out. And we're getting a lit point again. I'm really interested as to why hobby guys are upset with Jada. Oh, maybe they were... SDC was meh this year. I was hoping Jada would get to Dr. Wiley, Dr. Light and Roll. But look... Yo, Gnomesky, you are all... Dude, you know what? So I didn't catch all of the releases, so I didn't know, or reveals. What I did see, I really loved. Honestly, I'm not looking to spend a lot of money. I'm not able to spend any money. So watching what was revealed was pretty cool to me. But you are dead on that one, dude. I would love a Dr. Light figure, man. God, I would love a Dr. Light figure. We've never got a Dr. Light. I had that Dr. Wiley from that random... What line was that? Was it, I don't even know who did that line. Was it Jax? Either way, the figure doesn't move at all. Basically, he's got a little bit of... He's just got very minimal articulation. And, but he was cool to have on the shelf, at least. I did see that, was it, who's doing... Is it 3-0 that's doing Mega Man? Somebody's, they showed off Sigma from Mega Man X, which is pretty cool. I'm just happy to be getting, like, Robot Masters. What's funny, too, I started collecting it. I collect the first wave, and I was like, yeah, I'll buy these because it's cool to, to have them, but really, Mega Man 2 is my jam, and that's all I want. And, of course, they started revealing and releasing Mega Man 2 figures, and I don't have any of them. I'd love to get those. I hope they do the whole Robot Master wave for Mega Man 2. We need a good rush as well. Round out these edges here. Might have been Haya. Yeah, I'm not sure. I do not know who's doing it, but he looked good. He looked pretty damn good. Ooh. A little midnight in here. Let's go. All right. One more to sand down. Or at least sand down these little small edges. Almost there. I'm trying not to grab my glove. These gloves are amazing though, so. Alright, I think that's pretty good. As far as like holding it close goes. Alright, let's go ahead and piece these back together. And then we can finish shaving these down and shaping them. And then we'll clean out the socket areas on the calf and knee. And we can start creating circular sockets to add articulation.
And then after that, when we're done with that, if we got time today, which I bet we will, we'll see. I've got to do a little bit of simple sculpting. And I had some ideas last night, laying in bed, and I was like, holy hell, this might work. It might be a little fun experiment for me and for you guys to watch. Nothing crazy, but it's one of those you get an idea. It's like, oh man, that probably make things way easier. So we'll see if we can get to that. So we're gonna keep on rounding these out. I think we're getting there. They don't have to be completely round, like I said. The plastic doesn't, because we're just taking away, more area. We're creating more work in the long run. That's what a mod generally does. But it's gonna be worth it, I think. It's gonna give this figure just a little more range. But also, I think it's going to be less prone to snapping and breaking, since it will have that little bit of a range to be able to move. So it's not completely just housed in there, unable to twist or shift. All right. That should be it. That should be it for the sanding. Now, do I have that? I don't know if I have that. Let's see. Give my hands and eyes a break here. Chrisman was mentioning that what was it? The let's see what we got here. I'm gonna move this out of the way. Meta Knight. I thought I had. Oh, I do. Hang on. If I can get to it. Reach over all this stuff. I have no idea what's over here. Oh, it's Agent 47. There we go. Just talking about the Nendoroid figures. I've got like a little Kirby here, and then we have the Meta Knight. And these are all awesome, man. Like, just the fact that they all move with like the magnet stuff. You can put things wherever you need to. These are awesome. I'm kind of surprised. Like, these are really strong. Like, the magnets on these are crazy strong. So it surprises me. I wonder if they can. I know there was like some new laws passed as well, with magnets and whatnot. I love this little Kirby. The fact that you can, like, the whole face, just kind of, you can take that off, put a new one on, but then the magnets just allow it to. Kirby's freaking amazing, man. I freaking love Kirby so much. Love me some Kirby. All right. Let's see. Ooh, some Chris Isaacs playing. Let's see. This is the one Gnomesky that I was mentioning. Who is this? Is this Jax? Oh, is this Funko? I didn't realize that. Huh. That's a good one from Funko. Very simple, but you don't really need much, I guess, with Dr. Wily, but it would be nice to have a little bit more range and, movement on some different heads would really be great. And also, he needs to be able to, I'll get you, Mega Man, kind of thing. I've got it may not be in here. I've got a really cool little statue. It's like a statue. It's like a, I don't know, base. It's kind of a cheaper one, but I got from GameStop a while back, and it was it's Dr. Wily bowing to Mega Man, and it's like it's got a spring in the head. It's so good. Yeah, it's better than nothing. I mean, yeah, Funko did a pretty good job with that one. Really, he looks. I mean, if you take a look at just, yeah, this is sculpted, so there's no like movement here. But I mean, for what he was at the time, he was like, I think I got this for like $4 or $5, maybe seven max. I remember I got one for like on clearance as well because I was like, oh, I'm gonna mod this. I think I ended up giving that to my buddy. So, but yeah, I mean, it's good enough. I don't think he came with anything either. It looks like needs his little controller here. I don't think he came with anything, so that's odd. Anyway, weird choices. All right, let's get back to the figure in question. Let's see what this looks like here. Let's turn on our lights. I can't remember which way this was in originally, honestly. I think it was this. See, so that's an issue. So that's not even turning right now. This is probably going to need to have a little more sanded off of it. Let's see. We are going to have to round out the inside of that, the legs as well. So, yeah, it's crazy. Mezco is going to make Thundercats, Bill. Oh, really? I love Thundercats, dude. I would only buy one. Just because, you know, price and whatnot. I don't know, actually. I don't know if I'll actually buy a Mezco ever again. Nothing against them, but it's like, I don't know. I just feel like they're going to degrade over time. The soft goods and stuff kind of make me nervous. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong on that, but I'm a little too nervous to like leave mine out in the open. So I'm very selective when it comes to like Mezco stuff. And yeah, I know I've got I have Nightcrawler pre-ordered and paid for because it's Nightcrawler. So don't know if you've ever seen the SHF Corn Sweat Soups, but in the promos he looked like Chris McDonald, but in hand he looks fine. Oh, that's good. That's weird how all of those promo pics made him look like that. It's interesting. Let's see. This music's kind of bringing me down a minute. Hang on. I'll turn on some. Oh shit! Hang on. This might be hella loud. Let me drop this audio way down. God, it's gonna be so loud. I bet. Hang on. No. Looks like I already got it turned down. Let me see. Like, man, YouTube hits way different with their audio. Okay. I think that might be good. That might be all right. Leather, yeah, leather will just peel away. Same, especially with fake leather soft goods. Oh God, yeah, that pleather stuff. You are not kidding at all. So that's why I got to be really selective whenever it came down to it. I'll tell you what, one purchase that I do not regret at all from Mezco would be the first run of the Turtles that they did. These are it's crazy to say it. Now, this might degrade over time, but that could be replaced. You know what I mean? This isn't like a full jacket and whatnot. So these things could be replaced easily with plastic or anything. You know what I mean? So I'm fine. I'm okay with these being, you know, whatever they are. Because it does add to that, you know, Mezco aesthetic. But the rest, dude, these are the best Turtles I own. And it's crazy, man. I'll sing praises on Mezco's Turtles. Like, these are insane.
I think those cartoon ones were a little silly looking. They look kind of like, for me, personally, they look like people in like costumes at like really high quality costumes at like a birthday party or something like that. The first run of those look great. I'm sure those the red Mirage ones are cool, but I am partial to the color bandanas and that Donatello. The fact that they made him like the olive brown, like kind of olive green. Whew, I was like, yep, that's what I want. That's my favorite look for Donatello, and so I got him. I was like, awesome. This is really cool. As far as like the Thundercats go that you'd mentioned, like the only one that matters to me when it comes down to it is Bengali. This is my dude. I love Bengali. So much so that I bought the Super 7 figure of this. Like, talk about being selective. Both Mezco and Super 7. It's like they're super expensive. And for what? You know what I mean? Like, are they the only option you had at that time? I ended up calling, like, I would basically call, like, Super 7 and Mezco, like, Gucci toys. It's like, they're just really expensive things, and maybe you can't get those items anywhere else, like those characters, maybe due to the license. But at that point, just admire them from afar, or just collect the ones you really, really, really want. For me, I'm a character collector. I'm not a completionist anymore. I stopped doing that years ago. And there's just a lot of shit that I got to get rid of in here, which I've talked about for years now. And it's a dead horse at this point, but we'll get there. I really wish, though, I could clean out this spot because I think tomorrow is the last day for those real Ghostbusters, and I think I'm just gonna have to let it go. It's not gonna happen, so it is what it is. It is what it is. Sometimes we just gotta admire things from afar. I'm trying to see what's gonna be the best route. I might just use this guy here. I don't know what I want to do. Maybe I don't have to round these out as much as I'm thinking. Since we have like, you know, essentially the holes here, my question is, can we put this in? It feels like we just need to round it out just a little bit. And I'm worried that this is going to be too big, but it feels like it might be just, let's try it. Screw it. Let's try it. We're doing it live. Here we go. Okay, give me enough room here. Make sure this goes all the way in. The Mondo ones, yeah. The real Ghostbusters, yeah. Yep. I've got so I have all of the Busters right now. I got all 4 of the Ghostbusters. I only got the one deluxe, which was Egon, because that's my dude. And I've got Janine is paid for and pre-ordered. And now they just showed off Ecto 1, and I'm like, oh my god. Like, I would love to have, like, the Citizen, you know, Ghostbusters, because they meld that awesome, you know, crossover between the actual film and the cartoon, which is just the coolest thing. But and the fact that they come with the swappable heads and hands and necks and stuff like that, I'm like, man, like, it'd be cool. Yeah, it's cool that you could put them in the outfits, but I'd rather keep them as the Spectral Ghostbusters, and then use those heads to like make like customs of their civilian outfits. A buddy of mine, he goes by Figure Father on here, on Twitch and on YouTube and Instagram, but he actually made Ray, but in the old Kenner style, and hit him in his sweater vest and all that stuff. It's really cool. But I would love to have, you know, versions of that as well. I think it's really cool that they gave you that option, and it's nice, I guess, that they're a little cheaper, but just out of your price range, right? Same here, dude. That's my Ghostbusters, right? Same here. I have all those figures on the shelf here. I even have an original. What is it? Which Egon is it? It's a the glow in the dark Egon, and then I always show him off, but I still have my original from when I was a kid. Man, this is him. This is my
This is my Egon. Look at that. Still, I cannot believe that there's still part of the symbol on there. It's crazy. This is all that's left of him, but he'd been through it. This guy went through a lot of trips together. Yeah, that's the original figure that I had when I was a kid. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, so we're gonna slow the Dremel down a little bit, and we're gonna just carefully Dremel just a little bit bigger socket in here. So keeping the speed really low. I don't want to chew away too much plastic. I don't want to melt any plastic. It's not what we want to do. And I think that might be enough. Should be enough to just like give us that just enough room to where this will be able to swivel inside. And we're going to take our Phillips head. We're going to try to see if we can go in there and it's not catching anything. It's good. It's rounded out. But also what I'm doing is trying to get rid of any kind of excess that might be around the edges here. I just noticed like on the edge here, I'll go with the flathead instead. There's just a little bit of like excess on the edges here. For some reason that wants to hang on. Just kind of use our flathead to kind of shave some of that off there. I'm pretty sure what happened is this is where my screwdriver went in initially. Okay. All right. Let's go back to this one and let's see what we got going on here. Will it swivel? Yes, it will. However, you see it's like it's almost like ratcheted. It's because it's not rounded out enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back in. We're going to turn up the speed just a little. We're going to go from 5 to 10. And that'll chew away just a little bit more, and I think this will be enough. Did you see the iron art? No, I didn't. I did not see that. I missed that, Kyrus. I didn't see him. I really only saw what my friend sent me. I did see the Mezco Solomon Grundy, which looked freaking awesome. Thanks, man. Have a good lunch. Or I'm glad you had a good lunch, hopefully. Good luck at work. Alright, so we're going to round this out now. Now we're starting to get... It still kind of has that ratchety feel, but... We're going to go in one more time. Just kind of going... All right. And so actually what I'm going to do too at the very bottom here, I'm going to get rid of... Well, actually, you know what? Before we do that, let's go ahead and check... I guess we can go and check the other... Yeah, these are going to really need some extra work on them. I mean, they're obviously all essentially the same, but these are way tighter. These legs right here are way these spots, and you can see here, like, we're gonna have to kind of round out a little bit because it goes round and then it goes like just a hard cut to that square. So we're gonna have to... I'm gonna just go in at this speed right now. The Grundy looks good, right? Yeah, and I think it's also the cool thing about that one is like it's not a lot to it. You know, the main figure is like, you know, is nice.
if I can see a way to replace the cloth easily, then I'm like kind of involved with it. I'm like, all right, that's cool. That's why it's like me getting Nightcrawler. I was like, not something I really wanted to do, but I felt compelled as a Nightcrawler fan. I don't want to miss a major release of my boy, you know. I mean, sometimes we have to, but I'd actually gotten lucky on that one. I had just got a refund from Ami Ami. When that happened. The dogs are barking. I might have to go check out that real quick. Take a quick break.
Let me see if it's the maybe I just got lucky and something got delivered. There is something cool that's on its way today that I'm really hoping. It'd be really cool if it got here on stream. I'd love to do a little reveal, a little open reveal. Out for delivery. Says it's out for delivery. I don't know when my mail is supposed to be here today. Usually they're pretty on point though here where I live, so. All right, so let's go ahead and take our Phillips again, since we just kind of went through and grinded these guys out here. And I'm just kind of not following any real order here. Like I said, what I wanted to do originally, I wanted to have these removed off stream, but the it did not present itself. I do have a where's it at? Oh, I've been a little more organized here lately. You can see these guys right here. This piece right here. I wonder if this would work or if it's too big. Man, I think it's a little too. It's perfect, but it's also like too perfect. So if once something got messed up, if that jumped on me, then it would actually cut away from what I don't want it to cut away. Let's see, do I have any? Oh, hang on. Bits down. We got bits down. Oh yeah, maybe I used one of these last time. I can't remember what I used. I think it might have been this guy. This guy right here is really good. As you can see here, I'll zoom in. You can see there where it's like more, there's this hard edge that starts happening right here where that piece is. And also right here, which that's fine. But if we want to really add a little more to this figure, then we can kind of shave some of that down. And it's going to give that leg and that knee joint a little more room to move around. I think this one might be a little bigger than I'd want to use though. Let's see if I got a smaller one. Let's see if this guy will work. It just makes me it makes me too nervous when they're a little too close to the right size. You know, I don't want to use that and then it, you know, cut away from the actual figure. Let's see what else we got here. I'm just testing. Everything looks. Come on. There we go. This isn't too bad. I think, you know what, we can just use the old tried and true, the round burr bit that we've been using on the legs itself, so we can actually cut some of this away. Yeah, dude. Yeah, like I said, with the Mezcos, for me, the thing that makes me nervous is whenever they're fully clothed. I've had to repair so many of those, man. So many of them. Like I learned how to sew. Had to sew those things up with the quote-unquote invisible stitch, you know, in the back. So those things are a pain in the butt. We're just going to shave away just a little bit. We don't want it to, see, try to jump on me right there. I
I knew that. See, if we used the bigger piece, it would have jumped and made that even worse. Just shaving away just a little bit, because you get this excess buildup, and it'll catch those little pieces that want to flake off and then move positions, and it shakes your stuff around there. We don't want that. Just a little bit of room there, not too much. That looks nice and smooth. That looks smooth. There we go.
You want to scream at me there? You hear that? That's not dangerous at all.
It's not catching on anything, I don't think. Awesome.
Now let's take our
Flathead. Just gonna go in here. Run these pieces out a little bit. Definitely caught a little bit of that one there, but I don't think it'll be too noticeable. Just round that out. Not to mention, the cool thing about this figure is that it's mostly covered up with soft goods due to the dress, so. Gosh. So one thing I'll do as well, a lot of times is I'll drop the speed way down, so it's super low right now. If you've got little like stubborn pieces, if you can see these stubborn little, if you can see in there or not. See if I can shine some light on it. Like right in here and here, you can see there's just like junk. Just kind of hanging on there, little excess pieces, right? So what I'll do is I'll just kind of, I'll use this lower speed. And a lot of times it'll just kind of catch those little pieces. You can see them just kind of flying out. Well, some are going to be a little more difficult. Just kind of going side to side here. I can hear it in there bouncing around. That should do it. What's up, man? How you doing? Speaking of people that sent me all the stuff that, the only stuff that I know about basically through SDCC. My man Frankie Four Fingers here keeps me up to date. Always got his finger on the pulse for that stuff, man. Otherwise, I would not know what the heck was going on. God. There it is. Not the SDCC exclusive you're looking for. Somebody had mentioned earlier that there was like a big uproar, like, or I guess like complaining about the Jada Street Fighter like head, like the You Lose, what was it, head pack. And I don't know if it's because it's like, that's something that 3D printers or sculptors or something have been doing for a while, or I don't know. I wasn't familiar with this drama. I guess it was like creators were upset that they put this out. Maybe people were making some good dough off of those, and Jada came along and was like, no. Yeah, those would have been cool to own. Those are pretty neat. I think those were pretty cool. Like as far as those and like the Ghostbusters went, there was nothing really. I was like, oh, I gotta have that. However, I will be getting an exclusive now that I think about it. My dude Robo got one for me, so that's pretty cool. We basically split a 3-pack between me, him, and Veebs, so that'll be neat. I like that. Appreciate it. Okay, looks like this will work pretty well here. Do want to shave that just a little bit. I got the it's a Hasbro one. It was a lizard that they had. Lizard's my favorite like Marvel villain, and they had a 3-pack of him. What's funny is I remember whenever it was like shown, I don't even know what I got honestly at this point. He hit me up and was like, "Hey, so yeah, because he had originally said he's like, hey, if Veebs doesn't want it, then it's yours." And I was like, cool. And then I forgot, and then he messaged me, which was pretty awesome. Like it's always nice to whenever somebody remembers stuff like that, which you know they don't have to, but yeah, he was like, oh yeah, he goes, if you want it, it's yours. I'm like, yes, I'll take it. And I was like, shit, how much do I owe you? And he's like, oh, we'll sort that out when I get back. I'm like, okay. So I'm doing repairs because there's no way I'm making enough to get the Ghostbuster pack. It's just not going to happen. And if I made that much money to get the Ghostbuster pack, I'd be a fool, I think, to not buy a Nintendo Switch 2 so we could use that on our streams and just play in general. So while it's cool, I'm not making that kind of money. So I don't make any money really. So let's get back to what makes me a little bit. It's not about money though, man. I know that. That's something that I've learned, and it sounds so cliche and silly and cope, but I've definitely learned that success. My definition of success has definitely changed over the last couple years, and it's cool. It used to be all about money. How much money you got? How much money you making? And now it's like, are you happy in your life? And I think I'm getting there. All right. So now we've added all of our UV resin on here. We've turned it around, done a little twist in here. And now we're going to cure it. And this is the process. This is what we're going to do for a little bit. I don't think I sanded out that other one yet, though. I think I'm missing one forearm that didn't get sanded out yet, but this is okay. We're going to start here. So that's already cured. Let's go ahead and cure the inside as well. We're doing the right leg first. Gonna make sure I'm hitting every angle here. The train coming through. All right. Now let's put this in and see how it's turning. Pretty good. Even had a little bit of, I don't know if you saw that little bit of tension there that comes in at the beginning there, right? It's pretty nice. So what we can do again, Mezco Phantom Knight and Mondo Keldor. Mezco Phantom Knight. I don't think I'm familiar with the Phantom Knight. Mondo Keldor. I saw one of the cool. Oh, dude, I did see a Mondo. I think it was Mondo Merman from the 2000. Is that how you say it? I don't know if that's right. 200X, 2000X. I don't know how you say it, but it looked really cool. I have a very large Merman collection. I almost have all of them. I don't think I have like an OG Merman, but I didn't really collect whenever I was a kid. I am not a Motu guy by any means. but I do love Merman. I was pretty sad whenever my Walmart, um, like the collector whatever thing got canceled. Right as it was about to ship, and it was like on my birthday. It was pretty cool. I was like, damn it. But that's how that goes. Gotta love Walmart pre-orders. Sent you that, I think. And I sent you the Phantom Knight photo. I'll have to take a look at it. So we're putting a little more UV in here. We're going to do a little twist again. I like to go all the way around. And I usually stop on the position that I'll be keeping it in. Or at least that's where I want it's like, this is its resting position. Alright, so we're going to hit it again with the UV light. Go all the way around. All the way around. Go a little slower. It's good. It cures so fast. It's crazy. Yeah, being like having this stuff right here, like having this was actually is what allowed me to do this, this mod for this client. I was like, man, you know what I could do? He was like, please do that. I was like, you got it. All right, so now we can put this back in, and it's already like this is the tension I want. This is literally the tension that I want it at. But what we got to do now, one last bit. Build a new Hot Toys X-Men have amazing diorama. Okay, Kyrus, I'm glad you brought that up. I actually do, man. So I think the Beast is not working. I love the design in the film. I really like the design in the film. I think that figure with the hair, the fur, body, and then the plastic head. No, just sculpt the damn head, or I mean, sculpt the body. That looked not nice to me. It looked gross. I did not like that. But the Cyclops is out of this world cool. I'm blown away, dude, by how good they made that comic accurate movie. However, if it's anything like Marvel's track record, they're gonna give us like this comic perfect version and then kill them off right off the bat. God, I was so excited for that Doctor Strange film, and then I get what I've wanted for so long. I get Captain Carter, and just for them to, and everybody looks perfect, man. And they just waste them. I'm like, why'd you do that? But seeing Marston in the, I don't know, in that outfit's kind of crazy. It's just crazy to me. I was like, damn, how good that looks. And then my buddy, who actually went to SDCC, took a photo of the actual costume. It was there, and so I got to see that. You know, it's like almost like, you know, with like the, you know, and like where it's not doctored or anything like that. Just you know, just a standard cell phone photo, and I was like, well, that looks great. So I'm very excited for that. Magneto looks awesome. Charles looks great. You know, it's Patrick Stewart. He's never going to be beaten. So, dude, yeah, I'm not. I love the way Beast looks in the movie. I'll put it that way. But God, that ugh. All right, so what we're gonna do here is we're taking a smaller burr bit, as you can see here, the smaller one, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in. Hang on. I'm gonna make sure this isn't gonna go too far. There we go. And I'm gonna just Dremel a bit of a kind of a spot here at the very bottom to where we can essentially make like the peg end of our the knee peg here that's going up into it. What we want is I'm going to make this larger on the end And that should allow it to catch and not come back out. Well, not without pressure. I've actually been able to... The coolest thing about these is I've been able to get the exact like tension that I want from them. And like you can pop them in and out if you'd like, which has been kind of nice. Like something that I usually am not able to obtain, or like I can't get that done with super glue and whatnot. So what I'm trying to do right now is we're letting this kind of go around. I need to use my dotting tool. Oop. I need to use my dotting tool to kind of make sure this is even around the edges. Here. Got a little extra, but what we can do is we can kind of move it like so to make sure it's nice and even so it doesn't fit funny, so whenever we try to twist it, it doesn't try to go in a weird direction. All right. Let's set this over here since it's not cured. And I think what we can do is hit this with our UV. And basically what this is doing, it's adding a large... Oh, you can't even see anything I've been doing. I'm so sorry. I'll zoom out. But you can see like kind of how this end is bigger, right? Like it's... Yeah, it's just see how it's bigger on the end. And that's what I just did. I just added some of the UV resin around the edge there. We made it larger, so now it should go in and stay in. Although I might have put a little too much. I might have went back a little too far. Let's zoom out so you guys don't miss anything else. I'm sorry about that. I'm really bad about doing that. I kind of clam up here, turtle up. All right, let's see if this will go in and do what we want, or do we have to shave this down? It's gonna be a little snug, I know, going in. It might be a little too snug. Let's go do this. let's go back and let's use the larger Dremel bit, right? That we were using a minute ago. I think this is actually probably a better method. And what we'll do is we're gonna go all the way in again. Now, hopefully this doesn't wreck everything we just did, but I need to go in and make it bigger on the end here, like a hole. So I'm just kind of going around. I think I went in the wrong one, but we'll have to be doing it on that one anyway. So you can see how I'm just kind of, there we go, with a lot of excess plastic just bloop, popped out. Looked like a blue Jolly Rancher got dropped on the floor. Carpet house with 3 dogs. Yeah. Exactly. It's funny. Alright, can we pop? Popped in. Twist. Good tension. And you'll see now our knee has a slight swivel. So now it's not just locked in to where if something was to catch that leg and it bend, it'd break. Well, now we don't have to worry about that. Okay, so now we're going to work on this leg, the lower half now. And you can see we've already kind of shaved this out, shaved it down in there. I am going to go ahead, pardon me. I'm going to go ahead and go in and make the end here larger before we keep going. And I guess I could go ahead and do that with everything while we're at it. We already did it with that one. Let's go ahead and go in with this one. This one, oh, this one we actually didn't work on yet. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go on a little faster here with the... Try to be real careful right here around this edge, but I'm trying to round it out just a little bit. Which we can go ahead and do with this one as well. careful. Round it out just a little bit. Try not to catch it and jump. Awesome. And we already did it here. Just leave some of that junk in here. Alright. Set this off to the side. We might need it again, but hopefully not. Let's clean out what we have in here. We're actually not working on that part right now, but while we're here, might as well. It all needs to get done at some point. Use our Phillips. Awesome. Kind of shave this down a little bit. Just get rid of some of that excess junk that's in there. All right, cool. So now we're going to take our leg that we've already, this one's good. We are a quarter of the way done with the lower half. We're getting close, man. This really has turned into a hell of a project, really. All right. That I brought on myself. But the client's super cool. So let's go ahead and add a good amount here because we know we're going to need a good amount, but I don't want to go crazy with it, but just enough to like really coat the entire thing. So we'll use our dotting tool here to just kind of evenly coat this. I got a piece of, hang on, I got a piece of excess plastic that's wanting to jump into the resin, and I don't want that getting cured in there. So luckily it's stuck to the dotting tool. We can get rid of that. All right. Let's keep going. I think I can add more though, this side, because we know we got to add a good amount. But like I said, I don't want to get crazy with it. It's better to work in smaller layers than it is to just add just a bunch on there. At least that's how it was with like super glue, and that's why it always took so long to do. And this stuff's just so bad for you too. So let's keep this going. I'm going to add just a little bit more. Because keep in mind, not all of this is going to stay on the peg here either. It's also going to go down into the socket. Let's just kind of all the way around. All right, now we're going to take our lower leg. We're going to go and insert this here. We're going to give it a twist all the way around. Okay, and you can see there's like just a little bit of wiggle room here, which I added just to make sure there's going to be kind of enough to, whenever we're rebuilding this, that's going to give us enough to, kind of some room to play, you know, gives us room for error if there is any. Makes the process a little easier on us, and it'll also be easier on the figure as far as like stress goes, so that helps. Plastic stress, you know. I don't think the figures are alive. I'm not Sid. I'm not. Just in case. We're not going to start that rumor that Miguel started earlier. Music's kind of trippy whenever this is on, right? Okay, let's test it. Ooh, that was good. But it's a little, I want to add a little more around here. Remember earlier what I did was I purposely shaved closer to the actual hinge, shaved it a little smaller, and this went out bigger. The reason why is so now we can kind of build this up, because if we keep putting more on the end to try to make this larger, which we will do once, we've got everything done. But whenever we push this guy in, whenever we pull it back out, keep in mind it's all going to slide kind of, back out. So we want to make sure that we've got enough, up on the top here that it doesn't pull too much away from this as well. God, I love this stuff. It feels like it's just never going to run out either, and I love it. All right, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves a nice even coat again around. This time, we're just going to kind of stay near the top half. Because like all these, didn't come out exactly the same. That would be crazy. Just pop that in. Twist this around here. Because we want it to be catching here and here. So see, but we see what I mean? Whenever I pull that out, it's going to slide down this peg. But hopefully, not hopefully, it will keep the majority on the top half. The top half is where we want. Hey, what's going on? What's up, big head? Big head, sexy legs is in the house. How you doing? I hope your weekend was great. I feel like I missed everybody this weekend. I wanted to jump into a chat a few times, but I was just like, I'm so tired. I was so tired. I was so lazy and tired this weekend. I mean, I did some work outside as well, and that's just enough to like take you down a bit. Hi, Tris. How you doing? You only know what his legs look like because he is a harlot. Well, maybe I like that kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe I support him. Maybe I support him in his leg showing ways, cat. Not like you're not one too. Leg showing you. You leg shower. You're such a leg shower, cat. Excuse me. Oh, you're right. I'm so sorry. I take it back. You do only show a little bit of the ankle. Make all the people go crazy. Your ankle shake brings all the peeps to the yard, from what I've heard. And damn right, it's better than everybody's. Best ankle shower, 5 years running. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Kitty Cat Gamer. Yeah, I know. I couldn't believe it either. Big head, short legs. I'm a lover of leg. I'm a lover of leg. What can I say? Leg lover here. I know. Best ankle shower this side of the Mississippi and the other side. Oh, there we go. I'm working on legs. This is just a leg day. I should have titled this leg day. Oh, that works really good. I'm surprised how good that... Damn. However, when it turns to that side, see? So what we have to do here, in order to keep this in, we want to make sure that we take our burr bit here, our rounded burr bit, you can see. It's very round, very burry. And very bitty. Bitty bitty. We're going to take this and we're going to quickly drive this down to the bottom. We're going to kind of swivel that around a little bit. I'm just going in small circular motions and right back out. Quickly. We don't want to cause any excess friction in there any more than we need. And now what we're going to do is, now that we've made, essentially, there we have a line that goes down, correct? And then at the end of that line, there is a circle, right? It's rounded out. That's a tip for my job too. Here you go, Cat. Cat, I hope you're having a wonderful Monday. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I can't help it.
We got
Oh my god! What? What? Oh my god! What the? Jeez, Joe just jumped in there crazy, all doing subs while I was in the middle of doing the glasses. It was meant to be. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe. It was the glass. Yeah, that's what it. Joe was like, oh my god, those glasses. I just can't help it. Thank you, Joe. Oh my god. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's calm down. Oh my god, look at that. Look at that cool. Oh my god. Oh, I love everything about what's happening in the chat on Twitch right now. I love that so much. Oh my god. Oh, here we go. All right. Well, we always got to even it out. We always got to even it out, don't we? Welcome in, Joe. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Okay, we're going to add... Oh my god, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh my god. Dude, what are you doing? You're crazy. But that's why we love you. Oh my god, I love all your emotes are so cool. I want some fun ones like that. I need to do that. I'll get to it. I'll get back to the serious Twitch stuff soon. I've had to, put all the focus elsewhere into things, but we're trying to keep this going as well, which is great. Oh my god. Would you just... All right. Okay. We need to just... Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh my god, Joe. I love the Joe. Shy Joe! Oh my god. We love Shy Joe there. That is so good. That is so good. I love that so much. Oh my god, there's a cat! And there's cat. Oh my god. I'm just doing all my gifts. It's still awesome to see them all. I love it. I'm just doing all my gifts. I love it. Yeah, I've got like I've got to fix like my setup too. I think whenever if anybody pays for one of those what is it? They're like the sounds or whatever. It pops up, but also that my big old jackpot or my slot machine thing that I made pops up too, and I'm like, it's chaos in here. All right, we're gonna go ahead and cure this real quick. Cure this. And then after that, we should be able to insert this. And hopefully, this should be the end of this leg mod on this side. Will it pop in? Oh, there it went. So I'm happy. There's... hang on. Hang on. It's almost done. Damn, another thing I really love is whenever you pull... Oh my god. I love it. I love it. I like it was donated... Way to go! Oh my god, look at... Put there by the ear. Oh my god, I love it so much. It's so good. I'm just doing all my emotes. I know things are messed up right now. I didn't actually know they were messed up though. Oh I love that that's gonna be the thing that plays out. You know what? It makes it... Oh my god, what's happening? What is going on? It's out of control at this point. I have no idea what has been happening this entire time. Welcome! The big flock of crows just flew in. uh, it really does make me sad that I stream at the same time as Crow, because I'm missing Crow's stream, and it sucks. It makes me want to change my day so I can just catch, or maybe my time. Maybe I can change the time someday, or go earlier. It's Crow Maru. I love it so much, Crow. Thank you so much for bringing the people in here, for bringing the crows. What a flock of crows! What a great flock of crows. The crows have landed. I love it so much. I'm working on leg day today. If you can't tell, still working on this dang little sister. We're getting there though. Look at that big old. Oh man, that's cool. My mouse just like hovered over like the raid emote, and it's so cool. A murder of crows. There'll be no murdering in here. I'm just trying to fix. I'm just trying to repair, not murder. Why is it called a murder of crows? Does anybody know? Something tells me Crow knows. Crow knows. Crow knows. Crow knows. Awesome, man. I doubt there's anybody new that I don't know showing up, but if there are, hi. Welcome to the Crew Maru channel, where I play video games and fix toys. Right now, you're witnessing a toy being repaired. Actually, not just repaired, this toy is being modified from its original state, where I've added articulation. Because this poor girl couldn't swivel her legs, her knees, and now, whenever it comes down to it, she'll be able to, look at that. Before, couldn't do that. Before, it was only straight legs. Now, we can swivel and also swivel. So, that's what we've done. Hi, crew, and crew. It's the Crow Maru. I love it so freaking much. It just makes me smile. All right. I'm using really cool stuff. Like for you crafters out there, if there's any crafters out there, this UV resin stuff, man, I'm telling you, good night. It's amazing. Doesn't stink, and it's cheap, and the UV light's cheap too, and it works really quick, and it's easy to use. I'm just blown away by this stuff. Where has it been all my life? Like, not created yet. Not in this form, at least. And so here we are. Instead of using super glue, which would take forever and is dangerous as well, you can develop allergies with constant exposure, which happened to me. It was crazy. This stuff, which is why you see me wearing my gloves, but that's also something I should have been doing forever ago. Wear your gloves, wear your safety glasses, be careful. Wear a mask if you're dealing with dangerous toxins. All the stuff. I'm all about safety. Before I was trying to be all about repairs. Now I'm all about repairs and safety. You're invincible until you're not, you know? I love me some PPE, you know? So let's go ahead and cure what we just did here. What I did was I added some UV resin to this, and we popped it in here, right? Like so. So you pop this in like this. And so I twist it around. The UV's not cured yet, okay? And so I do that, and it coats the inside of this leg. We pop this back out. Now, what it's done, coated the inside of that leg and the outside of this, and it's given us a nice, it's matching the socket that it's actually going to go inside, right? So now we use our UV light, we cure it, which is already cured because it works that freaking fast. Science is amazing. And we're going to go ahead and hit every angle, kind of rotate here, kind of rotate there, and all the goes in between. Okay. All right. So since I had to essentially make a round hole from a square hole, we're really having to, put in some extra work here to make sure this works, fits properly, and sits right. It's doing really well. I'm really happy with it. The only thing that I'm seeing here is look at the lower part here. Watch this, like, you see how that's kind of sliding off a little bit? I'm not a fan of that. I cast change your holo. I cast change hole. What? You heard me? What? What kind of game is this? A good one. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna try to add one little smaller layer of our UV resin. Since it's pulling down, I'm gonna try to bring this edge here up a little higher, just a little higher, because it's only going down about 1 millimeter or 2. But even 1 millimeter or 2 just kind of irks me a little bit. So let's go ahead and we're gonna just use our dotting tool here to kind of make this go a little bit higher, this edge. So when it catches down there, it's not going to lift up again. We don't have to put this back in. We want to actually leave this out so we can make this peg keep its shape. So when it does go in, it locks in place and we don't have to worry about this thing popping out again. And hopefully this is enough. Hopefully this was enough to drive it in and it won't come out. So let's go. Oh yeah, how is the first week of a tiny human? Oh my gosh. What's going on with that? Come on. I know it's bigger now, but we gotta go. Maybe you know what? Since we've made that so large, I'm gonna heat up this leg. Like I said, it's been kind of cool. Most of this stuff goes in without me even having to heat it up, which has been really awesome and rare. But that's the beauty of this UV resin. It just kind of makes a perfect housing. All right, let's see if that's good. So when you heat it up, you'll see it kind of bends for us now since it's softer. So we can go ahead and slide this guy right in. And what we're going to do is we're going to leave this in place where I want it in its resting place here. And we're going to let that cool down. I am going to twist just once, twice, 3 times a lady. And we'll leave that alone. All right, next. I need to check my phone to see if something was delivered. I'm waiting for a delivery from not just a client, but also something cool, something fun that I pre-ordered ages ago. I thought I was done with all my pre-orders, and then this one hit me, and it was like, hey, by the way. Okay, give me just a second. I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back. Oh, yeah, talk amongst yourself there. Get caught up, Chrisman. Because it's big news.
Sorry about that. Went and had myself a little snack. I had myself a banana. And it was good. Healing from surgery and sleeping a lot. Taking good care of them both. Oh, that's good. Well, I hope you're also getting some rest. Man, I know that's got to be... I don't know. I can only guess that is something else. I cannot relate, but I can definitely sympathize a bit. Oh my God. My wife is something else. She messaged me and said, I love you so much. So, gotta, you can't leave a text like that hanging. So, I also call her Lil Moon sometimes. So I do a Lil and then just a little emoji of a moon. That's what we do. That's what you do. People wonder, how do you keep the spark alive for so long, Emojis. There it is. There it is. Yes, crew, my wife's family has been taking great care to help feed us and took some early baby watching shifts right after we got back so we could catch up on rest. I love that so much. I love hearing that so much. I missed it. Wait, hang on. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm jumping around there, but I just saw like what was it? Was it Say So Mateo? Said hi, crew, and I don't think I said hi to him, and now I feel like just terrible. Sorry about that. I feel like I missed that. I don't recognize that name. Now I feel terrible. Oh yeah, what'd you have? Did you have a... Or you don't have to share that, actually, if you don't want to. You could always tell us privately. Wouldn't blame you. What I was saying was I love hearing that you have good in-laws. That's really good. I won't dox my baby online, actually. It's a baby boy. We just call him Baby Tux. Oh, I love that. That's perfect. Baby Tux it is. Oh my God. Onesie Tux. I love it so much. My wife would have strangled me. Yeah, while she's asleep and she's, recovering and whatnot, you're like, there's been a change to the name, actually. I love you from across the street, Baby Tux. Little Tuxy onesie. I love it. I love it. Well, congratulations, by the way. It's so cool. You guys are awesome. Okay, so how do we fix this? This was different from earlier, and I want to make this work properly in here. I noticed that this leg was off, not off, but like they had put, how do I put this? They put it in different. They put the thing in differently. And it was super strange, and now I'm trying to make sure that I put it in. I want to put it in the way I want it in. Which means this part with the screw needs to go up instead of down. Before it was down, and this one was up. And I was like, why did they change it? I don't understand why they would change this, and we'll never know. We'll never know. But we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it so. Make it so. Engage. All right. We're going to add more UV. You
You know how we do. UV know how we do.
That's terrible. Sorry I said that. I'm embarrassed myself. Over and over again.
Okay, let's go ahead and make sure there's a nice even coating on here with our dotting tool. Here we go. I'm going to make sure it gets coated in these little indentions that are actually in the factory pieces. I'll try to run some of this UV back here a little bit too, because we do want the top part here to kind of get fleshed out a bit.
I hate that word, flesh. You know, everybody's got their like words that they don't like. That's the one I hate. Weirds me out.
Okay. Just sounds like something a psychopath would say. Sorry, that probably just called everybody out that might like that word, but not me. Not me.
Don't play Terraria.
I'm not going to. It looked a little chaotic for me. I'm not really for the... is that a top-down? Or am I wrong? Is it a side-scroller? Ugh. I mean, I like what it is. I don't like the word. Something about it. Like, you could say so many different things. Like, it has options. You know what I mean? Side-scroll. Oh, it is a side-scroller? It's not that I don't like it. I don't like the word. Sorry, I must have misspoke. You like the option. That's cool. It just sounds like this is so Hannibal Lecter. It's so Flash. It was the Flash. Ugh, grossing myself out. I just throw up on this stream. I'm like, oh my god, it looks just like my Sammy right there. Nom. Nom. Munch, munch, munch. Speaking of side scrollers, you know, I never beat Shovel Knight. I just thought about that. I don't know. That just popped into my head. I was thinking of Terraria, and I'm like, isn't there a knight in that? Am I wrong? I could be wrong. And then I was thinking of side scrollers, and then we were talking about the Nendroids earlier, and I've got a Nendroid of... So this is like the degrees of my brain. This is how my brain's working. So, welcome to hell. Population, everybody here. All right, let's plug this guy in and see how... What's the tension like on this? What's the tension like, you know? What's really going on here? Not bad. Not bad. This is the first run, and it already feels pretty good.
So we love that. We're happy with that.
We're going to go back in. Give us another run through. Again, keep in mind, this was square. We're trying to round it out.
And so it can literally spin.
The cat. That made me laugh. You have no idea how funny that is to me. I just thought you were talking about like I throw up at my desk often. It's so funny. Oh, damn it. Oh, goodness. All right. Damn it, cat. All right.
No lie detected.
No lie detected. All right, let's go back in. Here we go. I feel like we're getting caught. Like it feels like a little, it does feel like there's a little bit of ratchet going on here. Which is okay, I guess, but it's not as bad as it was earlier. But there's like a, look at that. You can see it whenever it pop. So we want to smooth that out.
Which, once the tension gets to where we're happy with, then
it won't matter. But I think what'll happen is we'll actually probably, whenever we run the Dremel through, if we have to run the Dremel down again, then it'll probably round out everything we needed, and we won't have that ratchet issue anymore. So that's good. Putty flip stuff really gets me, man. It's yucky out here. Leaving this little sister and being Humpty Dumpty'd back together again. Yeah, man, it was rough. Like, I guess like this all started from like a broken elbow. I was like, oh, the elbow broke. I'm like, okay, we could fix that. And then it turned into 3 days of modding. Maybe 4 actually at this point. I'm not sure. I've lost count. There we go. I think I need to... I don't know if I cured this just now, so I need to make sure I do. Just in case. Just heard the loudest, like, dog groan. Arthur was like... "Ooh." Okay, let's see. Put this back in. And this is it. Just a lot of... not so much trial and error, but it's like, you know, this is the nature of the beast, right? Yeah, see, there's something's catching here. Well, keep in mind too, in order to like get a full, like completely full swivel, we would have to, I don't know, that's why I actually kind of shaved away some of this, because it's not completely rounded on the inside in here. It's as far as like a circular round goes, it's more of like an oval. So that's why that's actually where this ratchet is coming from, now that I'm noticing that. This is actually really good. The way this came, this is actually almost done on this end. That tension was actually very good, but I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit more to the end, like we've been doing. Just so we've got that official kind of catch on the end. Let's just go all the way around. Just want to add just a little bit extra here, so we've got that catch and it won't pop out on us. Which it would... I'm really impressed actually how this stuff... because it's like the UV resin on UV resin tension is so good. Because it has this like... I wouldn't say... it's not sticky, but it has like this kind of catch to it. It's interesting. It's almost like if you were to like, rub these gloves together. You know what I mean? Only if they're like more smooth. So there's that tension that's happening there, and it works so well with figure joints. I can't believe how good this stuff works. It's crazy. Okay. I'm going to do this here. Get this all cured up. Oh my God. Let's go ahead and pop this back in if we can. If not, we might have to heat it up. Let's see. I feel like I could push that through, but we're going to go ahead and heat it up just in case. Heat this up here. I'll get this a little softer for us. Just for a second. And that'll allow us to pop this in without any damage or friction. Should just go... there it went. Perfect. And now what we'll do is we'll twist once, twist twice. 3 times a lady. Keep that here. And now this is going to cool down, and while that cools down, it'll solidify in there, and it'll keep our piece from, I don't know, going anywhere. We don't want it to go anywhere. All right, we're almost done with the legs. Oh my God, I'm so excited. We're so close. Okay, first step. Let's check. All right, that looks good. Will this twist? Yep, this one's gonna be nice. I can already feel. This feels great. There it is. There it is. There it is. All right. Add a little bit here, a little bit there. Go around the edges. Around the edges. A little extra here. Awesome. Grab a dotting tool. I keep it off to the side because if I don't put it in the same spot every time, I'm going to lose this thing. And normally it has uncured resin on it now. So I don't want it touching anything else that's potentially important. Okay, we're going to do this. Run through here. Go all the way around. This is pretty good. I think we'll start with a smaller layer right now. Put this leg in. I'm going to twist it all the way around. We'll bend this just a little bit so we don't get caught on the other side of the knee here. Pull that out there. I feel like it's, you know what, it's a little loose. Let's do this. Let's do one more. Well, that was a big dab. That was a lot. Just be careful here. That might have been a little reckless what we just did. I guess we'll find out. Let's see. Might have got a little too comfortable, you know. I don't want to get too comfortable here. Looks like it pushed up into the joint there too. I'm interested to see if that'll affect it at all. Let's see. I do like that it kind of adds like a little bit of a reinforcement though if it does go up on the hinge. Well, let's go and cure this while we're at it. Do a little angle, every angle. Get that UV cured, get that UV cured. Come on. All right. All right, let's see. Was this silly? Did we get too silly here? Oh my God, it just adds tension to the knee. It's so good. All right. Yeah, this is going to need a lot. Even with all that, it's still going to need a good amount of work in here. Also, we swapped the sides on this, so that might also be playing a part here as to how much we have to add compared to the other ones. Because I don't know, I have no idea why they chose to use opposite sides of the same kind of joint, but that's, I don't know, maybe they just didn't want to make two different molds for two different joints, but I'm sure they've used these again. I don't know. It was an artistic choice. I don't know. Twist this around. Twist it around. Nice even coat. All right. You see that tension there at the end. That's good. We're definitely going to have to add some more, though, closer to the hinge for sure, so we can get that tension built up. Definitely want to build that up a little bit more. Okay. That's good. Keep hitting it here. All right. Looking good. I like this. Okay. It's crazy too because this is we're starting to get that maybe you could see it. But it's like, I don't know if it'll show up or not. I'm trying to, but it's more round than it was. I know it still looks pretty square, but it's harder to see, I guess, all the UV stuff that's in there. But it's starting to round it out. It's so nice. It's so nice. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's just sliding off way easier than I want it to, but we're getting there. Let's add a bit more. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to try this real quick. Since, like I said, we did use a different side of this this peg piece here. I'm going to try to basically thicken up this section right here. Trying to avoid it getting in this seam as well. Don't want that. Maybe this could have been a good start, honestly, if we would have done this from the beginning, is maybe thicken this up a little bit, then put it in there. That way it would have had something to kind of grip onto, but that's okay. Nice. Okay. Let's see if this will just go in for us. Wow. Yeah, and you can see how that went in, but now we've kind of got like this, there's like a kind of a looser spot right here, and that's because we didn't put this in and roll it around there. But if we would have done that earlier, I think we could have avoided some of this like extra go back and forth. That's okay. So we're going to add a small dab now to this. I'm going to keep more of it near the end here, but also around this edge. Well, we'll just cover the whole thing. At least that angle. That way we could pop it back in here. And I'd like to be able to, rotate it all the way. At least like from the front, you know? We don't want it all backwards. I don't think he's going to have the little sister breaking her leg anytime soon. I sure hope not. Because she's been through enough. All right. Let's get this. Cure, cure, cure. I cannot tell you how long this would have taken with just trying to add super glue. Oh my God. It is just like heaven. Yeah, this is amazing. Yeah, Robert would be very happy with this. Look at that. We've got a nice tension going on now. Oh, I love it. Okay. But if we twist it and pop, it will come out. So what we want to do now is our final, this is the final step usually, is we add a good amount to the end here, right? Kind of go around here. Because what we want to add now is this, essentially this head on the end. And this is a little cap around here. It's going to keep it, it's going to be a little catch. So now it won't be allowed to pop back out. Unless you really give it a good pressured, you know, pull. There's just no other way to say it. Okay. Here we go. Looking good. Kind of want to add just a little more right here. I'm looking at it at this like kind of angle because I want to make sure that this very end is larger than anywhere else. That's looking really good right there. That should have been it. That should be it. Let's see. So what we're going to do is after we cure this, good, should be good. We're going to take our piece here and we're going to grab our heat gun and heat it up. I kind of do it more on the outside instead of the inside. I don't know how this heat would affect UV resin, so I'm just kind of just enough around the outside here to soften this up a little bit. A little bit on the inside, but not too much. Should be enough. And now we'll take this, and it should just pop on. Will it twist? Yes, it will. Okay. And now we're going to leave that alone and let that cure. And we're actually almost done with the figure. However, I just forgot to swap over to my repair cam. Sorry about that. We just slid that on. This just slid on. That's all we did. I hate it when I forget to swap cams. I'm actually going to wipe the applicator on this guy here. We're going to take this as well. Do that. Take this. We'll just kind of go around the edge here. Right. And it just comes right off. I mean, it's not, the stuff isn't cured, so it should come off quite easy. And I believe we're done with the UV resin and everything with with all the UV resin, and the legs and arms are now officially repaired and complete. So we can actually take the feet as well. Luckily with these, the pegs that are on the ankles, you can see there, they've got a little slit there. I don't know the name of these officially, but I always called them pressure pegs. And what's supposed to happen is you slide the pressure peg. Essentially, it's a forked piece, right? But what the ends have these heads on them, the catches that we've essentially been adding to the end of our joints. And what happens is they slide in, and whenever they pop in, the pieces come out, and then they're not supposed to pop out again. They are I've never found a way to repair them, actually. So when a lot of the Build-A-Figure Build-A-Figures from either Mattel, DC, Hasbro, McFarlane. I don't know if McFarlane uses them, but there's a lot that use those pressure pegs. Mainly DC did them, Mattel. And if they broke, then you've got that piece that just broke off, and now you've just got this, and you can't reattach that unless it was super thick. And even then, it's supposed to bend and pop in. It's not supposed to come out. So repairing those is like, you have to just replace them with something else. It's just a nightmare. And then trying to get the piece back out anyway. So what happens is you can just, we can take the foot, put on the right, the correct according leg here, the corresponding leg, and you can just pop that on. And now we've got this here. These are also kind of like the plastic is softer. So they kind of have some bend to them, which is that these are really, and they're very well sculpted. So that's cool. They pop on, boop, boop. There you go. Swivel, swivel. Hinge, hinge. Twist, twist. All right. So now she can stand up again. And now, I bet we can get her to... Now she's got just a little extra articulation here. Which I don't own the Big Daddy. This isn't my figure either, but now, you could kind of have her, kind of just have extra, Like even if a leg was like just kind of, she's sitting on his shoulder or something like that, you can kind of hinge these a little bit more to where now she can kind of cross this leg a little bit. So just a little bit of extra goes so far in articulation a lot of times. So that'll work really well. And same with the arms. Now you can even have almost her crossing her arms a little bit. Snap pegs, that works too. Snap peg, yeah, I'd say that. I've always said pressure just because it takes pressure to pop them in, but yeah, snapping works too because they're gonna snap in. So yeah, I don't know. I'd love to know the official name because it drives me crazy that I don't. I'm just, if I say, hey, I'm working on this, and somebody was like, oh, how'd you fix that one? What'd you call it? And I was like, they can't search for it. Okay, so one final bit that I have to do here on this figure is, this isn't really necessary, but I told them I would do it. I had to Dremel out these holes here in the back because there was no way to get to these screws without completely just destroying these caps that were on here, right? So what we're going to do with these caps is we're going to replace them with my favorite no, what is it, canceled sculpt, discontinued, I guess is the correct term. Grabby pegs, that's it. So our discontinued Procreate sculpt here. This stuff is absolutely incredible. And what we're going to do is we're going to mix up some of this today, and we're going to make new little cap covers here for this. And in order to do that, I'm going to have to make sure that there's any excess stuff that might be hanging out in these needs to be taken care of. Man, I think I got like my Dremel in the inside here. I don't even know how I did that. Probably got too hot, I bet. But we also tested it earlier, or I tested it before, and everything fits the way it's supposed to fit. But I could even, if we needed to, I could probably put some like UV resin right here and solve that problem. It's not really a problem, but it could be a, you know, I doubt it's a problem. But it's an interesting thing for me to test it on. So yeah, like I said, whenever I was dremeling these things out, I guess my Dremel got a little hot right through here, and it looks like a hole. Somehow it went up. Oh, it's because that's where the piece went down. Like, so the caps that go in here are like at a weird, they're at a funny angle. They kind of angle in, and they're just a pain. They're a real pain to work with. But I'm wondering if I was to take a little bit of this UV resin here, right? And so we've got just some of the excess plastic without even cleaning any of it up. I'm wondering if I can just kind of add just a nice little dollop here. And then inside here, keep in mind, we're making our own peg covers, so we don't have to really worry about this area in here because nothing else has to fit because we're making our own that will fit how we want them to fit. If I can get this piece right here that'll move down, I should have probably moved that down first. There we go. And then we take this, we UV this in. It just kind of, I think, gives us a little more secure section there, just in case. Now there's not a hole. You know what I mean? Now we've covered that, we've cured it, and so now at least it's a solid spot in there. I don't even know why. It's not even necessary what we just did, but just to try it out. And so we can also take the front part, make sure that this fits properly. It does, which is great. But yeah, so we're going to leave the top or the front half off though for right now. What we want to do is I want to go through and just kind of clean up any of the damage, honestly, that I caused. Because at first I tried to go in with my screwdriver, and it just, kind of caught a lot of stuff over here on the sides because they're adhesive in, man. So it's next to impossible to get those out. I don't know how to without causing any kind of cosmetic damage. And as I've stated before, fortunately, with these, they are almost always covered up by soft goods, and that's good. So anywhere I see any kind of cosmetic damage, I'm trying to just kind of clean it up. Leave this like kind of area smooth for us for whenever we do go to make our caps. Because there's I have two ways of thinking about doing this. I'm trying to figure out I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. Because what I could do is put her back together. We could fill these with the caps, right? And that's a done deal. Or what I was thinking is we could potentially make the caps kind of accessible if they needed to be ever removed again. Because, like, you know, my biggest complaint was the fact that they were hard to remove, right? So I think what I'd like to do is make them accessible just in case. And this is just to, honestly, this is just to do it. Client didn't ask for this, but I think it's possible to do something like this. And that's why we're going to leave them disconnected the way they are right now, because what we can do is we can actually have access to them from this underside here. So if we sculpt them in, we could technically take something and pop them out as well. But we won't be able to finish this completely today, because we will have to wait for this to cure. So that's where we're stuck with the sculpt. Oop. It helps whenever you put a piece in here, you know what I mean? That helps. You know what I mean? What's up, Panda? How you doing? What are you up to? Let me see if we can't cut away some of this, like, there's some excess, like, some of the adhesive, like I said, that was in here before, is really causing us problems. I'm going to try to smooth this out, because if we do want this thing to be able to be accessible and potentially removed at some point, or at least easier to remove, we're going to want to make this a smooth socket in here, right? And that's looking pretty good. Try not to mess with any of the integrity of the where the screws actually go in. You don't want to make those holes any larger or misshapen. I'm going to just carefully get rid of some of this junk from the adhesive that was in there from the factory. Carefully, by the way. It's looking pretty good so far. Like I said, slow and steady on this one. I'm going to make it easier on me and the whole process. All right. I'm going to clean this out. Make sure there's no excess any excess plastic. All right. That's what we want. Got the Blockies Nightwing recently, and I really dig it. Fits so nicely with my Revo Arkham Knights bats. That's awesome. Nice pickup. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the Blockies are neat, man. I've 3 of them. I have a Shockwave, and then I had a Thor and Cap from Infinity War, and they're neat. They're really fun. The price on them is insanely cool. Like $15 for a model kit that's not too difficult, and by the end you're happy with the result, you know. They're pretty cool. I was surprised how small Shockwave was, but still, it's cool. It doesn't bother me. I was just like, oh, interesting.
You know, a lot of model kits, you end up with this like thing, but I say a lot of, you know, the ones I've picked up, I guess. All right. Should shave down just a little bit more. Smooth this out here with a razor. There's a piece just hanging on right there. I don't like it. There we go. Okay, cool. I think though I am gonna need to get some water. Usually you want a little bit of, well, maybe I won't need any. Usually it kind of helps, but maybe I won't need any. But what I do need is, give me a second and I'll be right back and I'll show you what that is. Give me just a minute. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Okay, so what is it that I needed to grab that was so important to this process? Well, I grabbed some of this that we have here at the house. It's called Bag Balm Skin Moisturizer. Now, what this originally was for, since it's called Bag Balm, was actually for, I want to say like for like cows' udders, if they were like getting sore or whatnot. It's essentially what this is
that is so fucking good.
What this is petroleum jelly. That's all it is. And so what we can do with this is we can coat the inside of these little pieces right here,
when we put the when we put our sculpt in there and it cures, we'll actually be able to just pop them back out. This is actually this is a trick actually I'd learned, partially a trick I learned from my dude Corey at Casting Cave. It was actually to make like old school casts. You could take the you could take this sculpt or whatever, and you take two halves of it and you put whatever object in there, and you coat it in petroleum jelly, and then you push those things together, assuming it's not too complicated. And then when you take it apart, you've got you've got something amazing there. You've got yourself a little mold. Now obviously times have changed and we've got a lot of better ways to go about that, but Plunderlings 122, what's going on? How are you doing today? Thanks for the tip. Hey, you know what? Bam. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here with me and Maru. Appreciate you. I always have a few of these guys on hand. You gotta have. Actually, I have almost all of them on hand now. At least all the little hatchlings are over there. Thanks for showing up. Appreciate it. So what we're gonna do is I've got a little mug here with some water in it. And I've got, these are really cool. I don't know if I'll need it, but these color shapers, they're like just rubber, like silicone tips right here. Currently what I'm fixing and modding is a 3.0 little sister from BioShock. And so what I did was I'd actually removed, what happened was the elbow had broken. So when I got that in, I told the client, I was like, you know what? I think we could do better here, because they only went back and forward. Even though it's a round joint, the pegs were actually square and the holes were square too. So I was like, if we round these out, and then I coated them, we did a couple of runs with the UV resin here. And so now we're able to, now we've given it a hinge. So not only a hinge at the bicep, but also here at the forearm too. So we can twist these like this. And then we also had to fix the shoulders because they snapped. So we had to literally reattach these. And then we did the same thing to the legs. So now instead of just moving forward and backward, now we've got just a little bit of range in here so we can swivel our foot, It's pretty cool. So it's been a lot of work in here and whatnot. Let me make sure that this one's not too stuck though, now that I'm messing with it. I think it's the last one I messed with. It feels like the heat might have got some of this uncured, but anyway, we can hinge these like this. So this is what we were doing a minute ago. But yeah, so now they've got hinges in here. Just a little bit of movement, but it was enough to it takes the tension off and the pressure off of that one part, so now they're not going to just, snap. Although I do need to readjust this one. I'm glad you mentioned something because I probably would have not caught that until later. Let's see if I can't heat this one up real quick. I don't know if the heat caused this to get kind of caught in there or what happened, but this was the last one we did too, and maybe we might have got a little overzealous with the UV. Oh no, there it goes. Okay, so maybe it just needed to be heated up a little bit. So now we've got, this is what we wanted. So I think it just got stuck a little bit. Anyway, so we're good to go on that. So yeah, so next, the last thing I've got to do here, and it's an issue that you run into with these 3.0 figures or any figures that use body molds like this. There's like these caps that cover where the screw goes. And to this day, and I've done a lot of these, I have not found a way to remove those things without mangling them. Sometimes you can put you can drill into them and you can put a screw in and pull them out. These were actually glued in, with a factory adhesive. The top and bottom, not too bad. They're rubbery, so those were able to just kind of pop. These were hard plastic, and they just go in, and they do not want to come out. So, so now we got to deal with that. Guess who's going to see Brand New Day on his birthday on the 29th? Nice. Well, happy birthday when that comes. Oh my gosh, 2 days? That's awesome. Happy birthday, Panda. Happy early birthday, Panda. All right. So now we're going to, I need to, maybe we can just use this top here. We don't need a whole lot here. So today we're going to use Procreate Sculpt. Unfortunately, as far as I know, I don't know if it's available anywhere else, but I know here in America, it's been discontinued. Super, super sad day. This stuff is awesome. I love it so much. It's a 2-part compound. And it depends on how much you use. It even has like a little gauge in here. Tells you the percentage wise. And it's like, hey, if you use this much, you know, it'll be really bendable. And it is bendable. This is what Phoenix Force Customs or Mike De La Paz uses for his hair sculpts. And I mean, if you've seen that stuff, it's crazy. It's amazing. Like the bend in this stuff is insane. So I'm probably just going to do a little 50-50 here, since we're not trying to do anything crazy fancy with this stuff. Let's see how we're looking here. It's about the same amount. Let's see. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. I don't know what got on this though right here. That makes me nervous. I don't want any. There could be a little. The problem I always ran into was like it has this like a paper, like this paper here, and so if that paper gets on there, it can kind of latch on to some of the sculpt. So it's good to keep it wrapped up in the plastic that it comes with. So let's double check, make sure that we're at a good 50-50 here. Kind of flatten it out to see. Yeah, that'll work. So what you do is you just take these and yeah, so this is the stuff he uses. This is how I found out about it. I remember asking him, I was like, what do you use? And he's like, oh, Procreate. I was like, wow. It's one thing to be like, oh yeah, it's just crazy what people can do with stuff. You know what I mean? Like, just because you get the same sculpt doesn't mean you're going to have the same outcome. Because people use that green stuff all the time, and I couldn't get it to work for the life of me, ever. I never could. It was so sticky and so tacky, I could never use it. But this stuff I really like. I've used this a lot. I sculpt a lot of like beards and stuff like that. I can do facial hair, and I can fill in some spots. I'm not a great sculptor by any means, but we have extreme rain right now. Oh, really? Gosh, we got some a little while ago, but God, it's been so dang hot. This last weekend was crazy good, though. We got, like, I don't think we reached the hundreds, which was nice. Not for long, at least. Let's see, I'm going to kind of... I've got a little mug here. It's just got water in it. So I'm trying to kind of keep my gloves kind of just a little wet. Just a little bit so it doesn't stick to the gloves. I don't think I've ever sculpted in gloves before, but you know, these days I try to take care of my hands as much as I can, and I don't know what they're gonna react to anymore, you know. So these are really nice. These are really good. They do have a texture on them though, so that's also why I use these color shapers, because they're smooth, right? And you can smooth stuff out. I'm not, like I said, I don't claim to be a great sculptor. All I'm trying to do with this thing here is basically just create some caps for it. And I thought I would do this on stream just to show you what it would be like and how to do that. And if it helps you along the way, then awesome. If it starts, you know, putting you in reverse, then, well, don't. All right, so once this becomes one uniform color, you've got a little time to work with it. So usually about 15 to 30 minutes, I would say. You might have about an hour. I'm not sure, but I wouldn't, you know, it's not one of the things you want to set and leave it. It's like it's ready to go like right now. Okay, so I
probably should have been a little bit more prepared. I thought I had some over here and I don't see any. I usually, what I would use is these, I've got some like Q-tips. Oh my God, I found them. Yes. Praise be for the, for being just a little organized here recently. I've been slowly but surely trying to put everything in its place around here. Okay, so these right here, these little Q-tips, right? And they've got like a cone shape to them. They're not like the standard, you know, round, bigger on the end. So what we can do is we're going to take a little bit of this petroleum jelly stuff here. It does not take much. We're just going to kind of spin that around in there. Get any kind of excess off, because we don't, like I said, we don't need a lot. And we're going to go in. These actually work really well for this. I'm just going to kind of go around the edge right there, right? Just want to make sure I got enough, though. Make sure that catches on the inside there. We're going to do both sides. I'm going to go in with this other one real quick, because it's starting to fray out on the end here. Okay, I'm just going to get a little bit. Actually, might be a little more than a little bit. Let's put that in here. Let's round that out. Make sure you get all the sides there. We'll come in on this side just in case. Doubt we need to, but you know, just in case. All right, and that's all we needed that for. Good deal. And that stuff right there is good stuff. If your hands ever get dry or anything like that, that stuff's really good for it. So now we're going to take just a little bit. We made way more than we needed here, which is kind of a common issue with me whenever it comes to doing stuff like this, but especially with sculpt. But I'd rather have, I guess sometimes I'd rather have too much than not enough. All right, so let's, so basically what I'm doing is I'm just kind of making like kind of just a rough kind of cone shape here, right? Nothing too fancy, nothing too crazy. And it's small, so we can just kind of push this in here, right? But to me, it looks like that's not going to be enough. So maybe we need to make it a little bit, make it a little bit more. Let's see. Yeah, so let's add a little bit more to it. And since now I kind of have a reference at least, we're going to coat that one again just in case. I pulled out the jelly on there. You know, I don't want to lose any of the effect of this stuff, so let's ooh. Got a little health here. Let's go. For those of you watching on Twitch. I can't remember which side I put it in. I think it was the right side, but just in case. Okay, I'll keep this off to the side just in case I need it again. All right. So let's grab ourselves another little bit. And we're going to go bigger than this, right? Want a little bit more. But same concept as before. Let's see what we're working with here. It's a lot more this time, but it's okay. So let's go ahead and we're going to put that sculpt inside of here. Now we can already tell that it's like, you know, this is enough, right? This is too much, actually. So what we'll do is we can take kind of this right here. I think we can add a little bit more on top of it. So we'll add a little bit here. And again, remember, we coated the inside here, so I probably could have done this originally instead of taking that piece back out. You're probably never going to get it perfect, but we'll take a little bit more. And keep in mind also, once this stuff cures, we can sand it
So I'm going to dip my tool here, this color shaper. I'm going to dip that in the water here. And so we can kind of even this out. But also what you can do, if you want, just put your glove in the water, kind of press this, right? And you see we start kind of getting this like smoothed out effect, right? We also want to be careful though, because we don't want it to be like too perfect and too like connected in here, right? Because if it's in there too tight, then it's gonna be hard to get back out. But that's also why we added the stuff in there. I gotta change that. I gotta change it. Like, I'm just redeeming my emotes. People love it though. So now we can kind of smooth this out with the color shaper, right? Oh my god. Joe, what is that one? That one's crazy. Oh my god, I love it. I love it. All right. So this kind of smooths this out here pretty nicely. All right. Awesome. And so let's go ahead while this is in there. I dig it. Let's take this out here. Oh my god, that one's awesome. What the hell? I love it. If you're not following Mojo Bro though, what are you doing with your life? Get over there, follow them on the Twitch. You're streaming tonight, aren't you? It's Monday. I don't know if it's 4:30 or not. Oh, yeah. Don't follow them. They have rabies. But do follow them. Please. Please, please, please. All right. So now we've... Actually, this one went in way better. I don't know. This was just a... I don't know. That was way better. So now that we got... Everything's coated with the jelly inside. So what we got to do is wait for this stuff to cure. And we'll be able to go in from this side here. And we should be able to use just something like so. And we'll press this out. I don't want to push these out right now because they are curing still. And I don't want it to like ruin the shape. Like I said, it's still softened. So we want to be careful with this. But right now, this is what our kind of end result looks like before there's any painted. No painting, no nothing like that. This is just caps on the end. And I might try to match the color as well. Just because. But we'll see what happens. But essentially right now we are almost completely done with this figure. It's all going to come down to like if I decide to like paint those or not. This is actually what I'll be using too to sculpt. I want to sculpt a headpiece for our friend Lincoln, for his plunderling as well. So he's got an awesome little character, little goblin that he's got, and I want to sculpt a hairpiece for him that actually will fit on his plunderling as well. Our buddy Don Sawyer actually made some soft goods for it as well, which is crazy cool. So yeah, everything's in. I don't know. It's just a fun event, and hopefully I'll get to that pretty soon. I never know what to do whenever I've got like leftover sculpt. I never know what to do with it. I used to always like roll it. I'd roll it like this, and I would make cigars or cigarettes out of it for figures. It's just, I don't know. It's the easiest thing you could potentially do, but you never know what you're going to do. I don't know. So if you ever have, what you need is probably a list in front of you. It's like, hey, when I have leftover sculpt, this is what I want to use it for. But yeah, so that's we're almost, like I said, we're almost done with this. figure, and I'm super excited to let the client know and get this to him. I've got some new stuff as well. I've got a D-Arts Mega Man that needs a shoulder fixed, and then I've got a Mecha Godzilla coming in. I think I actually might have 2 Mecha Godzillas coming in, which is crazy. I don't know. There's so much happening right now. It's something else. But anyway, yeah. I think that's gonna do it for today. I need to go get something to eat. I need to wrap it up. I need to stretch my neck because I've been just giraffed over here the whole time. But hopefully you guys learned something today. God dang it. It's why is it doing that every time you redeem an emote? I don't know why. He said last one, okay? This is it. That's so I don't know. You know it also does it like when almost anything happens. So I got to figure that out. So thank you, Joe, for helping me. Help me find out something I got to go figure out, got to work on. So thank you, Plunderlings122. Appreciate you. And yeah, hopefully I could do a stream maybe where I sculpt, but I'm not sure if I will. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've done anything like that, but it could be fun. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm going to head on out and take my money, you peasant. Dang it. What am I supposed to do, you know? Welcome. You're welcome. Take my money, you peasant. I am an NPC in Dragon Age. That's me. Thank you. Give gold? Yeah, it's like, oh, what happens if I don't give this guy gold? It's like, nothing. Just nothing. Nothing's going to change. That's it. It's a real bleak existence for an NPC. It's honest work. It's honest work, though. All right, I'm rambling. I'll talk to y'all later. I hope everybody has a good time today. I know we got streams coming up today. Right? Right, Joe? That is right, right? I never know if people are changing up their stuff or whatnot. I was going to see if anybody was streaming right now. Oh, Artemis is on. I need to jump into Artemis's. She's wonderful. She's one of the first people who like jumped in and really supported me through all this stuff and hasn't stopped supporting me through all this stuff. So I'd love to. When I write my novel, there's going to be a random mofo named Crew who just sat on the side of the road whittling. Hey, I love that. I will take that. It'd be awesome. I want that, actually. I need that. Just whittling away. Let's see. Artemis _ Windrunner. Artemis is great. Let's see. Make sure I'm typing everything incorrectly here. Artemis. Oh, here we go. Windrunner. Artemis _ Windrunner. Perfect. Let's do it. All right. So, thank you very much again for everybody being here. Remember, the impossible just takes a little longer. Take care of yourself. Take care of your friends. Take care of each other. And I'll see you next time. Peace.